What is up, YouTube?
Going on? What's going on?
Yeah. All right. So, YouTube, we got my boy Phil here. He just closed a $10,000 deal in 20 days. Yes, sir. Phil's actually my first student ever. Before I had the Discord, before I had anything, Phil reached out to me a long time ago on YouTube. Um, and he just came to me and I just showed him the way from there, to getting his first deal, his second deal. Now he got his third deal from paying for marketing. Um, so before we get into the deal, yeah, I do want to talk a little bit about how we met and tell him a little bit about, before you met me, all the things that you were trying to do, to get your first wholesale deal, all the things you went through, paid for, things like that.
I'll be honest with you. I went through a lot. Failed direct mail campaigns. I'm spending $1,000 a month. I'm getting barely any calls. When I do, we're just astronomically far away on numbers. I think I spent $2,000 on mentorship and things like that. And it's like the head person wasn't even the guy in charge. They had like subordinates under them, and then I would have to speak with those subordinates, and then you can't even really speak with them on a constant basis because there's so many students. So you're not really able to get that teaching that you're looking for from them. So just a bunch of stuff. I think I was doing SMS marketing before this. I was doing that. I'm cold calling, just a lot of different things I was doing, and I didn't have any proper guidance until
How long of
that
that?
was about that was about I believe 10 months,
10 months. 10
and
months.
8 months.
So 10 months you were trying to get your first wholesale deal. You paid for mentorships. You felt like, they weren't really given the value that they promised you. You spent thousands of dollars trial and error. And then you came across me on YouTube. What happened then? How did you
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Literally, I think when we first met and stuff like that, you told me to cut everything out, just focus strictly on for sale by owners. Literally 3 weeks in,
like
first deal.
what or like what like out of all the gurus that you paid for and everything, what made you reach out to me on YouTube and you know?
You're so relatable. I'm not even gonna lie. You're in your 20s. I'm in my 20s. When you first started out and everything like that, you left your hometown, changed your number, and you were living in a what's it called, a room in someone's house. I'm literally doing all the same things, and you're closing deals. You were so relatable. Like I just really felt like I could relate to that. You know what I mean? And then it's like you're doing it. You're not like what you're doing didn't seem too far out of reach. It's like he seems just like me. So I was like, it was easy for me to just want to like, talk to you and connect with you. So yeah, it was no
Right.
brainer.
So as soon as you did meet me, you reached out to YouTube. Yeah. At that time, I was giving my number out to anybody and everybody just to help them out. Like, if you want my number, here's my number. I don't do that anymore because unfortunately there are some weirdos out there. But yeah, that was back when I was giving my phone number out. I gave you my phone number, you hit me up and you asked me for advice. And I told you what to do. All I knew is I just wanted to help somebody get their first deal. And so what was that like once you met me, to get your first deal? Like how was that process?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I think we took like a deep look at everything I was doing, and you told me to cut out first because I was spending a lot of money and I was not producing any results with it. So you were telling me to cut out my SMS. I believe you told me to cut out cold calling or still keep cold calling, but I want you to also implement making offers on Zillow and I just immediately started to see a change. Like literally, I would know I would go literally like a whole week, maybe submit one offer, and then the offer was like a foolish offer because the guy wants 400,000 for his house, and ARV on it's like 350. So like after a while like doing things with you, I immediately started to see results, and 3 weeks in, I ended up closing that first deal.
Yeah, that's crazy. And we did like just over the I don't know how long we've known each other, probably like a year now, maybe or less. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, there has been a friendship that's grown. Like you're my boy now. Like that's how it is like with all my students, like because I'm just real, I'm not, you know what I mean? But so how long did it take? So you've been trying for 10 months to get your first deal. Then you met me. How long did it take you? So you've been trying for 10 months to get your first deal. Then you met me. How long did it take you? So you've been trying for 10 months to get your first deal. Then you met me. How long did it take you? So you've been trying for 10 months to get your first deal. Then you met me. How long did it take you after you met me and I told you what to do to get your first wholesale deal?
It literally took 3 weeks, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like, within less than a month, I ended up closing a deal. It was crazy. And
First,
then I like that too. Through that whole process, you were there for me. Like I could call you anytime. Oh, Jose, this is going on, and you would like help me guide me through stuff, like things like that. Like that was very cool.
right.
Very
And then
cool.
you got your second deal just by doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. Literally like 45 days later, I ended up getting my second deal.
Also want to talk about after that second deal, what happens to a lot of people. It happened to me plenty of times. You got to be careful, but it's something that, I mean, everybody goes through. Once you get the deal, you know, you got comfortable.
Yeah, I did. Hmm.
But it's normal. I mean, it happens because you're working so hard. You just want this one thing, and now that you finally got that one thing, it's like now what? Or your brain, your subconscious is like, well, we did it. Like, you know. So what was it like in that period? And what did you do with all that money that you got? I think altogether you had like 12,000, and like what did you do with it? And what was that stagnant period like?
I'll be honest with you. What was the stagnant period? Like I just was just not doing anything, bro. Like I'll be honest with you. I'm waking up late every day. Um, waking up late every day. I'm like not taking care of myself. Like I'm eating junk food every day and stuff like that. I am a pretty good saver, I'll say, however. So literally I would say like over the course of a month, like if I had 12,000, I probably ended with like eight by the time, like, because majority of my money is spent on food. I don't really go out and do stuff like that anyway, but still like I was not being productive, if that makes sense. I was not being productive. Um, so I think maybe after I got out of that rut and everything like that, I started boxing again, and then I started to start putting everything back together as far as real estate. I think I got back on track literally the end of June. I hit you up and I was like, hey man, I wanna, and I like how through that time you consistently kept calling me, you like stayed in touch. Like that was, I want to say thank you for that, by the way. Like, and this is what I be meaning. Like, I like that you really want people to like people don't do that. Like, and I didn't spend any money for that. Nah, so like on camera, I tell you this in private, but nah, for YouTube to hear like this is a real nigga. Excuse my language. Like people are not doing that for you, unless it's like your family, and even then, like so that's very cool.
Facts. So eventually, slowly, you got out of the rut. You know, you started to get out of it because it doesn't last forever. I understand, like, at certain points, you get comfortable because you feel like you achieved all your goals. And then at some point, you have to come up with a new reason why, or you have to, have that talk with yourself. But you did end up getting out of it. And then I remember you called me and you were like, Zay, what I'm ready. Like, what do I do now? Like, I remember you coming to me and you were like, what do I do now? Like, I need to, da 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 da. You need to go to the next level, right? Because you got your first two deals for free. Like, you didn't pay for any marketing. And that's what I teach all my other students, how to get deals for free. But within that, you're learning so much more than just how to get a wholesale deal. You're learning sales, negotiating, how to run a business, things like that. Um, but now I remember, or after that period, you came to me as like, it's time to go to the next level. So then you paid me to teach you how to pay for marketing. Okay. And so from the time you know, you started marketing, like how long did it take you to get that deal? What was that deal like? How much was the deal?
It's like a deja vu thing. It literally took about the same amount of time. I would say this time, let's say I started marketing like mid July. I finally compiled together that list of city list that you told me to. I think I started on that city list probably August. I ended up getting the contract locked up on the 9th and it closed on the 29th of August. So like 20 days. So we'll say about 45 days, to be honest with you, really. Like it was really about another quick period again. And even with everything you're telling me, like the money is actually being immediately and reinvested like right now. So I like as we speak, like people are hitting me up for my SMS campaign. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. So always reinvest the money back into your business. That's a big thing. And it's very it's very important, the fact that you still had that money, even though you were in this stagnant period before, you still were able to save and keep that money because that money you were able to reinvest it into, starting to pay for marketing now. Yeah. So 20 days from the time you started marketing, like when you started the campaign to closing the deal, it was 20. But like if you want to add on top of like, you know, when you started pulling the list and everything, you could say it was 45 days. So that's
Hmm.
great. So how important would you say having a mentor is to
It's
anybody?
extremely important. It's extremely important. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Having a mentor is like essential. I'll be honest, anything I've ever done and was successful at in life, I had a mentor for. Before I started doing wholesaling, I had a mentorship when I sold cars and everything like that. Having someone to coach you, guide you, share their experiences of where they went wrong and help tweak and perfect things so you don't make those same mistakes is priceless. Like I honestly feel like that makes the world go around. Any successful person should have a mentor, honestly.
Do you feel like wholesaling real estate changed your life?
Hell yeah. No, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Like you
It's
don't have,
uncanny. Like I literally just made 10,000 in 60 days. To be honest with you. Like one deal, to be honest with you, let's say you're drowning in debt, like $10,000. Like it's so many things you could do with $10,000 to get you out of trouble, whether or not it's financially, to put yourself in a better position. Like it's amazing that I can do that. Like that's possible.
yeah. Most people never even held $10,000 in their hand before. I remember when I first held my first $10,000. It's a special moment. It's a crazy moment. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to helping more people have that moment, not just have $10,000, but realize like you can make anything happen. Um, what would you say is next in your wholesaling journey, entrepreneur journey, business journey? What would you say the next steps are? What's your plan next?
Literally, I got the money. So my main thing is I don't want to reach another point of stagnancy. I'm glad I went through it. It's like it's necessary. You know what I mean? Now that I've gotten a taste of it and everything like that, I know that one deal is not going to satisfy me anymore and things like that. So obviously, I don't see myself going into another stage of stagnancy again. Right now, immediately, I'm just trying to figure out how to get the most bang for my buck as far as data goes. That's extremely important in your business, getting leads and real good leads so you can keep the process going. I'm work focused on that and then just increasing my output. Like, so for example, last month you were getting on me about increasing my package and stuff like that. I think first month I sent about like what 10,000 text messages. This month I sent 20,000. I'm literally gonna get in contact with the guys at Launch Control to get the package increased up to 50,000. Now just constantly keeping the ball rolling, constantly keeping the ball rolling, and not being skinny. That's the word. Like I don't know if you know what that means. A lot of people from my area say it, but basically like cheap. Like the
Mm.
money is here, it's gonna go regardless. So use it the right way. Like don't be afraid to invest in yourself. This is a part of business. So that's all, to be honest with you.
Right. That's right. That's good. What would you say to someone, what would you say to anyone struggling to get their first wholesale deal? I know you're on your third one now, you're looking to get more, you got some in the pipeline, but what would you say to someone who, because a lot of people who watch my channel, they're beginner wholesalers, or sometimes they're in a bad environment or whatever, but they're just struggling to get that first deal. What would you say to them?
It's obvious, man. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. You gotta join the Discord, man.
But
Come
really,
on, that's a no-brainer.
what would you really just like, yes, join the Discord. I think that's obvious. That's a no-brainer. But like, I mean, what else? Like, just to someone just struggling to get their first deal. Like, I don't. I mean, what you said is valid. Just join but
Okay. Well, if let's say okay, you don't have the money and stuff like that. YouTube, like we live in a fantastic age, bro. Like there's so much information available to you online. You know, maybe possibly even finding someone I guess that's just starting their channel out and maybe close one or two deals. That's somebody you can definitely learn from, somebody that's in the mud just like you, they can give you in real time what they're doing, because this is probably someone who doesn't have money, maybe finding somebody like that. Real estate meetups, definitely. I swear to God, we were just having a conversation on the phone. It was unrelated to, wholesaling, but I learned something about buying old real estate. Apparently, you can get certain loans for, really good rates. But going to meetups, if you talk to enough people, you're gonna hear that gem being dropped that might be instrumental to you, maybe even now or later on in the future. So that just surrounding yourself by people in that space, I'm telling you, you will learn so much. And you'll be able to figure out, okay, how's this person doing their thing? How's that person doing their thing? And then from that, you can kind of, create your own method and ways of doing stuff. So it's so many things you could do. And then if you're talking about a more technical sense, I would definitely say for sale by owners is perfect. It's just so many things you learn. You're learning sales and negotiation. You're learning how to properly follow up with people. You're learning discernment, which person needs to be followed up with in 30 days versus 60 days, or who is not even qualified as a lead at all. It's just so many different things. Because I'll definitely say after dealing with for sale by owner, the transition to dealing with SMS was so easy. It was so easy. It was able for me to quickly decipher, okay, this is the lead, this is hot, this is warm. Okay, this guy, clearly we're too far away on numbers. We'll just follow up with him in 6 months. So it made getting to that deal a lot faster. Yeah.
Putting in the reps. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If anybody wants to get in contact with you, how do they get in contact with you?
Lily, you could follow me on Instagram. I think my ad name on the screen.
I don't know, but I'll leave it in the description.
Yeah, so Phil Uno with two O's. So Phil PHIL, the Spanish number one Uno with an extra O at the end. And yeah, if you needed my phone number and things like that, I'm not gonna say that on the air, but you can always contact Zay and yeah. But honestly, I probably give you if you DM me on Instagram, I would literally give you my number. That's no problem. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you, Phil. We got plenty of more work to do today. I appreciate you being on this call and just everything. And I just appreciate you as a friend for real.
Thank
You,
you, man. I appreciate you.
even though, you say I'd change your life or whatever, bro, you changed my life for real. Like, just you were the first person, you were my first student who, like, part of that whole journey, me being you being my friend helped me to, like, fulfill and figure out what my purpose is. And like, you were like the first good student too. You came to me and you like knew how to be a good student. And I think a big part of that was like, because you were just moving out of desperation. You all these other things didn't work. You were like, dude, whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna do it. What do I do? And but yeah, so yeah, thanks again for that. Uh Everybody else, like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal, you know the vibes. I'm dropping weekly videos about wholesale and real estate, self-improvement, and just life in general. If you want to become a student, just DM me on Instagram. If you want my free wholesaling scripts or contracts, just DM me on Instagram or email me. All that information is going to be in the description below. Peace.